Have you ever wished you could jump into a time machine, visit the past, or see the future? Today, we're diving deep into the tantalizing concept of time travel. Is it just a fantasy, or could it be a reality hidden in plain sight? All right, let's dive into the world of time travel. You know, time travel is one of those ideas that's always been fascinating. It's like a dream we've all shared at some point. Imagine if you could hop into a machine, press a few buttons, and poof, you're either watching the building of the pyramids or getting a sneak peek at the future. But where did this incredible idea come from? Believe it or not, people have been dreaming about traveling through time for ages. It's not just a cool concept from science fiction movies or books. In fact, the idea of moving through time in some way or another has been around for centuries. It's been in stories, myths, and even in some of the things philosophers have pondered over a cup of tea. Now, when we talk about time travel today, we're usually thinking about those famous stories and movies, right? You've probably heard of The Time Machine by H.G. Wells. That's a classic. This book, written way back in 1895, really kicked off the modern fascination with time travel. It got people thinking, hey, what if this could actually happen? But time travel isn't just a fun story. It's also a serious scientific topic. That's right. Scientists have been scratching their heads over this for a long time. They ask questions like, can we really move through time? How would it work? And what would it mean for us in the world? In this video, we're going to look at all of that. We'll see how the idea of time travel has grown from ancient myths to a hot topic in science. Who knows? Maybe by the end of this, we'll all be a bit closer to understanding if traveling through time could one day be real. So, buckle up. We're about to take a journey through the fascinating world of time travel. The science behind time travel. Let's get into the nitty-gritty of time travel, the science part. Now, don't worry, I won't throw complex equations at you. We're going to keep this simple and fun. First off, the big question, what does science say about time travel? Is it just a cool idea for movies, or is there something more to it? Well, it turns out, the idea isn't as far-fetched as it might sound. And it all starts with a guy named Albert Einstein. You've probably heard of Einstein, right? He's the genius with the wild hair who came up with the theory of relativity. This theory changed how we understand time. According to Einstein, time isn't the same everywhere and for everyone. It's not like a ticking clock that's the same in New York, Mars, or a galaxy far, far away. Time can bend, stretch, and warp. Sounds like a sci-fi movie, right? But it's actual science. Now, here's where it gets really interesting. Einstein's theory suggests that if we could travel fast enough, really, really fast, we could actually see time differently. Imagine running so fast that you could see the sun zip across the sky or watch seasons change in minutes. That's the kind of speed we're talking about. But it's not just about speed. There's also this wild idea of wormholes. Think of a wormhole like a shortcut through space and time. If you've seen any sci-fi movies, you've probably seen these cosmic tunnels that let you jump from one place in the universe to another in the blink of an eye. So, scientists are pondering these big questions. Could we ever travel that fast? Do wormholes exist? And could we use them? We don't have all the answers yet, but just the fact that these ideas are part of serious scientific discussions is pretty exciting. To sum it up, time travel isn't just a fantasy. There's real science behind it, thanks to Einstein and many others who followed. It's a field full of big questions, wild theories, and the endless possibilities of what if. And that's what makes it so fascinating, the adventure of exploring the unknown. Historical perspectives on time travel. Now, let's step back in time ourselves and see how our ancestors viewed the idea of time travel. Long before scientists started scratching their heads over wormholes and relativity, people were already dreaming about moving through time. Throughout history, various cultures have had fascinating stories and myths about time travel. These tales weren't just bedtime stories. They were a way for our ancestors to understand the world and their place in it. Take, for instance, the ancient Hindus and Buddhists. They had legends about a magical kingdom where time flowed differently. A few days there could be equivalent to hundreds of years back home. Sounds like a time traveler's dream, doesn't it? Even in the Western world, the idea of time travel wasn't unheard of. In the Bible, there's a story about the prophet Jeremiah who was transported to the future. And let's not forget the famous legend of Rip Van Winkle, who fell asleep for 20 years and woke up to a world he didn't recognize. These stories show us that the concept of time travel has been around for a very long time. It's been a part of human imagination across different cultures and eras. Each story, myth, or legend has its own unique take on what it means to move through time. But it wasn't just in stories and legends. Philosophers too have pondered over time travel. They asked questions like, if you could travel through time, what would it mean for fate and free will? Or how would our understanding of the world change if we could see the past or the future? So, as we delve into the scientific side of time travel, let's not forget these historical perspectives. They remind us that time travel has always been more than just a scientific puzzle. It's a part of our collective imagination, a question that has intrigued humans for centuries. And who knows, maybe these ancient stories and philosophical debates have something to teach us about the mysteries of time. Modern scientific theories and experiments. Moving from ancient myths to the realm of modern science, let's explore how today's thinkers and experiments are bringing us closer to understanding time travel. It's a world where cutting-edge physics meets the wildest of imaginations. First up, let's talk about quantum mechanics. This is the science of the very, very small, things like atoms and subatomic particles. Now, you might be wondering, what does that have to do with time travel? Well, it turns out quite a bit. Quantum mechanics shows us a universe where particles can be in two places at once, and events can be affected by observers. It's a world that seems to defy our usual understanding of time and space. Some scientists believe that these quantum effects could open doors to understanding how time travel might work. Then there's the concept of black holes. These are places in space where gravity is so strong, even light can't escape. But here's the twist. Some theories suggest that the intense gravity of a black hole could warp space and time in extreme ways. There's even been talk about the edges of these black holes, known as event horizons, being spots where time travel could occur. Now, don't get too excited. We're not talking about building a spaceship and flying into a black hole just yet. These are theoretical ideas, and there are a lot of challenges and unknowns. But they show how scientists are using what we know about the universe to explore the possibilities of time travel. And let's not forget about the experiments. Scientists have been conducting tests that play with time in small but significant ways. For example, experiments with particles called muons have shown that time can slow down when you move fast, really fast. It's like a real-life demonstration of Einstein's theory of relativity. These experiments might not be time travel like in the movies, but they're important steps in understanding how time works. So, what does all this mean? It means that time travel is a topic that's being seriously studied and tested. From quantum mechanics to black holes, modern science is full of ideas and experiments that are pushing the boundaries of what we know about time. It's a thrilling time to be curious about the possibilities of traveling through the years, and who knows what discoveries lie just around the corner. The paradoxes of time travel. Now, let's dive into one of the most mind-bending aspects of time travel, the paradoxes. These are the brain teasers and puzzles that make time travel not just a scientific challenge, but a real noodle-scratcher. The most famous of these is probably the grandfather paradox. It goes something like this. Imagine you travel back in time and, oops, accidentally prevent your grandfather from meeting your grandmother. The big question is, if your grandparents never meet, do you even exist to travel back in time in the first place? It's a loop that twists your brain into knots. But that's just the tip of the iceberg. There's also the twin paradox, which involves twins and a space journey. If one twin travels into space at high speed and returns, they would be younger than their twin who stayed on Earth. This isn't just a theory, by the way. It's actually been proven with precise clocks and jets and satellites. It's all about how speed affects the passage of time. And then there's the less talked about but equally fascinating predestination paradox. This is the idea that anything a time traveler does in the past was always meant to happen. In other words, you can't change history because your actions in the past are already part of history. It's like the universe has a script, and no matter what you do, you're just following it. These paradoxes aren't just cool sci-fi concepts. They're important puzzles for scientists and philosophers. They force us to question our understanding of time, causality, and the nature of the universe. Can these paradoxes be resolved? Do they point to limitations in our theories of time travel, or are they clues to even deeper mysteries? So, as we ponder the possibility of hopping through time, we can't ignore these paradoxes. They're not just challenges to be solved. They're invitations to think more deeply about the nature of reality and our place in it. Who knew time travel could be such a head-scratcher, right? Time travel in pop culture. Now, let's take a detour into the world of pop culture and see how time travel has captured our imaginations in movies, books, and TV shows. It's not just a topic for scientists and philosophers. It's a source of endless fascination and creativity in stories and entertainment. Think about it. Some of the most iconic and beloved stories are all about time travel. Who can forget Back to the Future? It's a classic movie where Marty McFly zips back to the 1950s in a DeLorean-turned time machine. This movie didn't just entertain us, it made us dream about what it would be like to change our own pasts. Then there's Doctor Who, the legendary TV show that's been around since the 1960s. It follows the Doctor, a time-traveling alien with a knack for getting into and out of all sorts of historical scrapes. This show takes us on wild rides through different eras, showing us how time travel can be a window into both history and the future. Books, too, have played with the idea of time travel in fascinating ways. Take Audrina Finger's The Time Traveler's Wife, for example. It's a love story with a twist. The main character involuntarily jumps through time, creating a unique and heart-wrenching dynamic in his marriage. These stories do more than just entertain us. They challenge us to think about the what-ifs of time travel. They explore the consequences of changing the past, the excitement of seeing the future, and the complexities of living a life out of time. But it's not all serious. Pop culture also shows us the fun side of time travel. Imagine attending your own high school prom decades earlier or getting a sneak peek at the world 100 years from now. It's these imaginative scenarios that keep the concept of time travel alive and well in our collective consciousness. In essence, pop culture has turned time travel from a scientific and philosophical concept into a vibrant and living part of our storytelling tradition. It's a testament to human creativity and our endless fascination with the mysteries of time. Ethical and philosophical implications. Let's delve deeper into the world of time travel and ponder over its ethical and philosophical implications. When we talk about zipping through time, it's not just a thrilling adventure. It brings up some really big questions about life, responsibility, and the very fabric of our existence. First off, think about the power of changing history. If you could go back and alter significant events, what would you do? Would you try to prevent catastrophes or steer history in a different direction? It's a heavy burden to bear. The possibility of altering the past isn't just exciting, it's a profound moral dilemma. Every action, every small change could have enormous ripple effects. It's like playing chess with history itself. Then there's the question of free will. If we can travel through time, does that mean our future is already written? If someone from the future can visit us today, doesn't that imply our destinies are predetermined? These questions challenge the very notion of free will. Are we the authors of our own stories, or just actors playing out a script written by the universe? And let's not forget about the potential for paradoxes, as we discussed earlier. These aren't just quirky puzzles, they're fundamental questions about cause and effect. If you change something in the past, how does that affect your present? Can you create a new timeline? Or are you trapped in a loop? These paradoxes force us to think hard about the nature of time and our role within it. Time travel also raises ethical questions about our interactions with past and future societies. Imagine going back to a time with different social norms and values. How do you interact? Do you respect their customs or try to influence them with modern ideas? It's a tightrope walk between respecting history and asserting our contemporary perspectives. But it's not all about challenges and dilemmas. Time travel can also be a gateway to understanding and empathy. By experiencing different eras firsthand, we could gain a deeper appreciation for our history and a better understanding of our future. It could be a tool for unparalleled learning and growth, providing insights into our past mistakes and future potentials. In the grand scheme of things, time travel isn't just a scientific curiosity. It's a philosophical journey that challenges us to think about who we are, what we value, and how we relate to the tapestry of time. Whether it remains a fictional idea or becomes a reality, its ethical and philosophical implications will continue to inspire, challenge, and provoke our deepest thinking. So, as we dream of hopping through the ages, let's also ponder the responsibilities and questions it brings. Time travel isn't just about the thrill of seeing dinosaurs or future cities. It's about grappling with some of the most profound questions of human existence. The future of time travel. As we approach the end of our journey through the mysteries of time travel, let's cast our eyes forward and speculate on its future. What does tomorrow hold for this fascinating field? Are we inching closer to making time travel a reality, or will it forever remain in the realm of science fiction and fantasy? First, let's talk about the advancements in science and technology. As our understanding of physics deepens, particularly in areas like quantum mechanics and astrophysics, the once blurry line between science fiction and science fact is becoming increasingly clear. We're discovering more about how time works at the most fundamental levels. Researchers are pushing the boundaries of what's possible, experimenting with particles and exploring the far reaches of space. Each discovery, each experiment, brings us a step closer to understanding if time travel could ever be feasible. But it's not just about the science. Technology plays a huge role too. With the rapid pace of technological innovation, who knows what tools we might develop in the future? Maybe we'll create machines sophisticated enough to manipulate time or discover natural phenomena that can be harnessed for time travel. The possibilities are as vast as they are thrilling. However, it's crucial to remember that with great power comes great responsibility. The potential of time travel raises complex ethical and moral questions, as we discussed earlier. As we move forward, it's vital that we consider the implications of our actions, not just for ourselves, but for the fabric of time and history. There's also a wild card in all of this: the unexpected breakthroughs. History is full of moments where a sudden discovery or a flash of inspiration changed everything. Who's to say such a moment won't happen in the field of time travel? Maybe somewhere, a scientist or a thinker is about to connect the dots in a way no one has before. In conclusion, the future of time travel is a tapestry woven from science, technology, ethics, and imagination. Whether we one day step into a time machine or continue to explore time travel through stories and theories, one thing is certain: the journey through the corridors of time will continue to fascinate, inspire, and challenge us. As we stand on the brink of tomorrow, let's keep our minds open to the endless possibilities that the future holds. As we wrap up our exploration into the intriguing world of time travel, let's take a moment to reflect on what we've discovered. From the ancient myths and legends to the cutting-edge scientific theories, time travel is a concept that has captivated our imagination for centuries. It's more than just a sci-fi trope. It's a profound idea that challenges our understanding of the universe and our place within it. We've journeyed through the complex science behind time travel, delved into the paradoxes that twist our minds, and seen how it has been a source of endless fascination in pop culture. We've also grappled with the ethical and philosophical implications that come with the power to traverse through time. What's clear is that time travel, whether it remains a fictional dream or becomes a scientific reality, will continue to inspire us. It encourages us to dream big, to question the nature of reality, and to ponder the endless possibilities of the universe. As we conclude, remember that the true magic of time travel lies not just in the potential of visiting other eras, but in the way it expands our thinking, opens our minds to new ideas, and challenges us to dream beyond the confines of our current understanding. So, whether we're ever able to journey through time or not, the exploration of this concept is a journey in itself, one that teaches us about the wonders of the universe and the limitless potential of human curiosity and imagination. And who knows? Maybe one day, the mysteries of time will unfold, revealing secrets we can hardly imagine today. And there you have it, our journey through the intriguing world of time travel. If you found this exploration as fascinating as I did, why not dive deeper? There's a whole universe of mysteries waiting for you out there. But before you go, I have a small favor to ask. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. It really helps the channel. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. That way, you won't miss out on any of our future adventures into the mysteries of the universe. Got your own thoughts about time travel? I'd love to hear them. Drop a comment below and let's keep the conversation going. What part of today's journey sparked your imagination the most? Would you travel to the past or the future if you had the chance? And hey, if you know someone who's as curious about time travel as you are, why not share this video with them? Let's spread the wonder and excitement of exploring the unknown. Remember, every like, comment, and share not only supports the channel but also builds our community of curious minds and explorers. Together, we can keep unraveling the mysteries of the cosmos and maybe, just maybe, find answers to questions we haven't even thought to ask yet. Thank you for being part of this journey. Until next time, keep looking up and questioning the world around you. Who knows what we'll discover next?